Yeah, but just have fun with it. Like, if you have fun with it, it doesn't matter. Forget about the money, just have fun.
It's my job, though. I have to focus on the fucking money.
If someone had told me I'd be dropping back-to-back videos about Roji of all people, I would have said stop playing with me. There's no way I would have believed she'd keep putting her money struggles front and center like this. Yet somehow, every time things cool down, she goes live and turns it into another headline moment. So if you missed the chaos, here's what went down. Yesterday I talked about how she said she injured her wrist, maybe her arm. But either way, she claimed she couldn't afford to handle it. Instead of sorting it out quietly, it all went straight online. The whole situation felt intense because it wasn't just about the injury, it was about asking strangers to step in financially. Now fast forward a few hours and she's live again. This time she's tossing blame in every direction, even saying Donald Trump is the reason she can't find a job. That's a bold claim to throw out there. And once that door opened, it turned into a spiral of reasons and explanations. Every stream feels like a brand new storyline, and you can almost predict another excuse loading up in real time. What's next? Blaming a delivery app because dinner showed up late. It just keeps escalating. But here's the part that really made me blink. There's a donation bar on the screen that literally says, one arm baking $250. That's not subtle at all. I'm not trying to clown anybody, but seeing that pop up while she's talking about being broke is wild.
Is this a goodbye stream for your cast? Exclamation point tip, say goodbye to the cast. I need $500. I need $500 for tomorrow. To pay for my cast. Exclamation point tip.
Look, a lot of people are struggling right now. The economy is tight and money stress is real for many families. But when it keeps turning into a public fundraiser every other day, people are going to start asking questions. Typical Roji response, right?
So last night I was talking about how my cast today was going to be about $500 and I don't have health insurance. And then instead of sub goals like I usually have, I made donation goal because I'm like, whatever.
She hits people with, do you want to pay for it? No. And that right there says everything. Let's clear something up real quick.
Whatever. I don't think that's a bad thing, to be quite honest. I was like, you know what? Instead of having sub goals, I'm just going to change it to a dono goal. And then of course, people online were like, I have hate watchers, which to be quite honest, if I hate anybody, my thing is it's just like, if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to watch you, you know? But that's just me. But like there's like LSF, Twitter, you know, those drama accounts going around. They're like, oh, Frogan doesn't have health insurance and she's e-begging for money for people to pay for her cast. That's going to be $500 because she's irresponsible and doesn't have health insurance. It's like, girl, you want to pay for it then?
Roji, me, any content creator you can name, we are not entitled to anybody's money, views, clicks, or sympathy. As regular human beings, we are not owed anything. Anything we want, we earn. Period. The world does not wake up and say, let's reward you just because you showed up. That's not how life works. And the vibe I keep getting is that Roji thinks she deserves money just for going live. For what though? If you're going to ask people to open their wallets, at least bring something to the table. Be funny, be entertaining, be charismatic, give people a reason to support you.
Girl, you want to pay for it then? You want to fucking pay for it then? And then like everyone's just like, why don't you get a real job? It's like, I've been trying. And unfortunately, I have a degree in the field of public health. Okay. And you know what Trump defunded last year around March, a year ago? Public health, research. You know what I mean? So even if I wanted to get back into the field where I have a degree in, the entire field is defunded.
You can't just sit there watching videos, eating on camera, barely engaging, and then expect donations to roll in. That's not how this game works. If your whole stream is low effort, people are gonna scroll right past you. And then acting shocked when nobody donates? That's wild. It's the entitlement that really stands out. That quiet, I deserve this energy is loud. No, you don't. Nobody automatically deserves someone else's hard-earned cash. If you want money, hustle for it. Build something. Upgrade your content. Stream smarter. Pick up extra work if you have to. Plenty of creators grind behind the scenes and don't complain. No one should feel pressured to send money just because you're online talking about your problems. That's not a business model. If you want support, give value. If you want income, put in the work. It's really that simple.
Oh, the people are mad at me because I made a dono goal instead of a sub goal for my wrist. And in my head, I'm just like, dude, like, whenever I'm, like, talking like this, I'm talking to my community. I'm not talking to the fucking dumbass motherfuckers on Reddit. You know what I mean? Unless you're, like, a dumbass motherfucker on Reddit. And you like my content. You know what I mean? What do people with public health degrees go into? Research, clinical coordination, healthcare management, everything like that. I'm a new fucking woman, bro. Like, I can move my elbow. Like, nursing? No. Public health is not clinical. It's more so, like, the administrative clinical stuff. Research. Access to healthcare. Shit like that. But yeah, my arm is fucking free, guys. My arm is free. I can move my elbow. I'm just like,
I mean, that situation is rough, sure, but let's be real for a second. Trump wasn't president in 2021, 2022, or 2023. That was during Biden's term. This isn't even about picking sides, it's just basic timeline facts. So when she starts pointing at one administration like that's the whole reason she can't find a job, it raises questions. What about the last 4 years? What about 2020 to 2024? You can't pin everything on one name and call it a day. And let's not pretend job hunting is easy. It's tough out here, no doubt, but you've had years to figure something out. This didn't just start yesterday. Saying it's because of this person feels like a shortcut instead of accountability, especially when 2 or 3 years ago, things weren't exactly booming either. The math just isn't mathing. It starts to sound like blame everyone else and never look inward. At some point, you have to ask yourself what you could have done differently. That's not political, that's personal responsibility. And then there's the money situation. She was repeatedly asking for $500 on stream. Not once, not casually, but multiple times. I'll show the clip because it's right there on video. That's not exaggeration, that's documented.
is this a goodbye stream for your cast? Exclamation point tip, say goodbye to the cast. I need $500.
She's literally asking viewers to send cash because she doesn't have $500 to remove her cast. And when money management keeps becoming the issue, people are going to connect those dots. If finances are tight, that's understandable. But going live and expecting strangers to cover it every time? That's where eyebrows go up. If I'm being honest about what it looks like from the outside, it comes off like she wants big rewards without putting in serious work. And sure, who wouldn't want easy money? Everybody would. But unless you were born into major privilege, that's not how life runs. Scrolling all day, barely building anything, and then acting shocked when there's only $20 in the account? That pattern speaks for itself. And here's the part that really gets me thinking. This isn't even about one broken wrist or one $500 request anymore. It's about the pattern. Every time something goes wrong, it turns into a live stream fundraiser instead of a real plan. That's what people are noticing. If you're serious about changing your situation, you move different. You update your resume. You network. You build your content better. You switch up your strategy. You don't just hit go live and hope sympathy pays the bills. That might work once, maybe twice, but after that, people start asking questions. And the energy on these streams feels off. It's like there's frustration toward the audience for not giving enough. That's backwards. Viewers are not a personal ATM. Support is earned through value, consistency, and effort. If the content feels low effort, donations will match that energy. What really stands out is the lack of ownership. Instead of saying, I messed up with my money, it turns into outside blame every single time. The economy, politics, algorithms, haters, timing. At some point, you have to tighten up your own game. That's just real life. And let's be honest, plenty of creators grind hard behind the scenes. They stream after working full-time jobs. They edit for hours. They study trends. They improve their craft. That's why their communities show up for them. It's not luck, it's hustle. Right now, it feels like Roji wants the reward without rebuilding the foundation. And the internet is not gentle when it senses that vibe. If you want long-term support, you've got to show growth, accountability, and effort. Otherwise, people will watch, shake their heads, and keep scrolling. It's like, there's a reason you're in the position you're in right now. And Roji keeps choosing the easy lane every single time. The problem is, the easy lane never lasts. Quick fixes don't build long-term stability. If you keep looking for shortcuts, you keep ending up back at square one. And then people start asking real questions. Why isn't she working full-time somewhere with benefits? Why isn't there a steady plan in motion? If you've got connections, if you've got people in your circle with influence, why not tap into that? I'm halfway joking but halfway serious when I say, where's the help at when you need it? I'm almost starting to feel a little bad watching this spiral. Somebody get her a real opportunity. I'm seeing people say, hashtag give Roji a job. And honestly, That's wild, but also telling. If there are doors available, open them. Let her edit clips, moderate chats, help behind the scenes. There are ways to earn without constantly asking viewers to foot the bill. And let's not forget, there's talk about legal drama too. Numbers floating around like 100,000 or 200,000. That's not small change. If you know you've got financial pressure building up like that, wouldn't that be even more reason to tighten up and move smarter? Then she tweets, "Canceled again for breaking my wrist." No one is canceling you for getting hurt. People are reacting to the non-stop money requests. That's the difference. There's a huge gap between sympathy and accountability. At the end of the day, this whole situation just feels unnecessary. The internet can be brutal, but it also rewards effort and growth. If Roji flipped the mindset, owned the mistakes, and leveled up the grind, the story could look completely different. But I want to hear what you think. Is this just bad luck stacking up, or is it a pattern that keeps repeating? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who's been following the drama. Let's keep the conversation going.